downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there my Crimsonites, how y'all doing? Are y'all doing good? Hopefully y'all are doing good. It is close to the weekend, okay? And we are still trying something new today, so I'm hoping that everybody is cool and that this is a good thing for everybody. Just trying out some new ways to live stream. Hey everybody. I'm glad everybody's doing well. I really am. I'm happy about that. We got a lot to talk about today. Thank you, Frederick said cooking grease donation. Thank you. We only use avocado oil and olive oil for our cooking, sometimes coconut oil. We are not GMO females over here, so we don't use soybean or canola or corn oil, aka Monsanto oil. And just as a random thought number 564, I'm mad at Monsanto. I'm mad that the United States, the US DA, the FDA, whoever has approved and in bed with Monsanto, I'm mad at them because I like corn. How y'all gonna make corn not have no nutritional value? So, like, I'm mad because I like corn on the cob, and it's just a shame. Because there ain't no such thing as a good barbecue without a corn on the cob. You know what I mean? How you gonna have good barbecue and you ain't barbecue the corn in the shuck? So hopefully this new way that I'm trying out for the live streams, works the way that we need it to, because I'm really trying to increase video production and the way that we present charts and presentation for the charts, just so that can be the concentration and we can really get some education on in this channel. Thank you, Too Tall. It's a new recipe. I be wanting that gemstone corn. Let me stop talking about corn. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about because a young lady has gone viral because of a few moments that she had on TikTok, some videos she had on TikTok, where she's basically saying how she messed up her life because of her life choices. She messed up with how she had been moving and maneuvering, just basically in her life in general, but more specifically in regards to men, how she was moving in regards to, you know, having a child and all of the decisions that she's made to end up at a point in life where she is. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the video that I did, that Black women are single by choices, right? There are choices that Black women make throughout their lives. And they often get to a point in their life where they realize the damage that all of those choices have done to them, that they did not come out on a good, positive end because of it. And a lot of the times, these women are struggling with things internally that they don't never say, because as a Black woman, you can't be quote unquote weak, and you can't be vulnerable, and you can't show your underbelly at all and drop down and come clean about nothing, because that's supposed to make you weak or whatever. But in order for everybody to sort of get context as to what I'm actually talking about, I'm gonna show the video that went viral. And then I'm going to show you guys some other little TikTok clips that she has, which give a lot of insight. See, on today's show, this show isn't going to be about going in on her choices, going in on the things that she's done, because she's done them and she's living out the consequences of those choices. But what she does is she serves as a really stern reminder to Black women about where this stuff leads, where these choices come from, why you making those choices in the first place, why you don't never seem to come to grips with them. Because I'm going to tell you something. They think about this stuff before they hit the wall. Let's just get that straight. Let me just get that straight for you guys. A lot of these women that are crying now in their late 30s, mid 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s about the choices that they made and the men that they missed out on and all of this sort of thing, this stuff occurs to them in their 20s. The way that you live in your life and just how messed up your life is and how discombobulated everything is and how chaotic it is, that actually occurs to you. You may not know what to do about it. You might not know what to do about it, but it occurs to you that it's like that. Okay? It occurs to you that, wait a minute, my life is all messed up. I got a lot of problems in my life. I may not know how to fix those problems, but I know that they're there. And because she's young, she's, you know what I'm saying, in the rat race, she's in the groove of it. She may have that thought, but she doesn't stop long enough to truly dwell on it, because it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. That thought leads to so much other stuff, which is the stuff that she's crying about on this video. Thank you, Eric. So I know women lack foresight, but it still blows my mind how women don't think consequences will ever catch up to them. Yeah, that's true. So let me go ahead. I'm going to click the video that got everybody sort of, it's kind of two videos. One's real quick. The other one, she's talking. But we're just going to focus on the one where she's talking. So let me go ahead and share my screen.
And the truth about it is, y'all, I'm hurting y'all because I want to be loved. I want marriage. You know, a lot of us get on here, we act tough, and we be like, I don't want a man. I don't need a man, but I want help. I want to be loved. I want somebody to love me. I want somebody I can be vulnerable with. The problem is, And I'm not crying, y'all, because I'm sad. I'm crying, y'all, because it's like a release right now. But the problem for me, y'all, is that all the relationships that I had with men were not about love. It was about survival for me. I know how to fuck. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to seduce a man. I do not know how to love a man. And then to have a son, because of those choices that I was making, y'all, and I got pregnant really, really fast. I got pregnant within 90 days of knowing my baby daddy. And we don't talk about this shit because it's embarrassing and it hurts. It fucking hurts. And I'm mad with me. I'm not mad at men. I'm not mad at my life. I'm mad at me because I don't know how to fix me. I don't know how to fix it. That's accountability. That's the shit that hurts. It's realizing that, hey, I got some shit with me that I don't know how to fucking fix. And in turn, because I don't know how to fix that shit, I'm fucking up other people around me. That's accountability. That's the shit that we don't put on social media. And the truth about it.
Now, you guys heard that. Hopefully, you heard all of that, what she was saying. And everything that she said was facts, right? She is revealing not only herself, but she's revealing the vast majority of how Black women function, in their life from early on. Okay. And she said something that struck, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Okay. Because she's crying and she's saying, you know, it's all the relationships with men have always been about survival for me. Right. I know how to have sex. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to do that stuff, but I don't know how to love them. I don't know how to love men. The one step further that I hope somebody gives her this video. Hopefully this helps her. Hopefully this helps other women that I know are in this situation, that I know are going through these things internally like she's going through. And it's important that she's coming to this realization because she's raising a child. She's raising a child. See, women that age, she's 36. She said so in another video. She's 36. Women that age are raising children. So whether they are beyond the wall or not for a good relationship or a healthy relationship with a man, it's still important that these women actually come to these realizations because she's raising the next generation. She's raising the next generation. Her, a bunch of other 30-something-year-olds, early 40-something-year-olds, and all of this type of thing, they're raising kids. So we need them to come to these epiphanies and these realizations, and not only come to them, but to be able to do something about them. So I'm going to show more videos of her because it's important for you to get a bigger picture. But she serves as a stern reminder of the internal issues that Black women have that they never disclose. These things are, Black women know this stuff early. Like I said before, they know it early. They know I messed up. They may or may not be able to identify what happened in their life that gave them trauma, but they know that they've gone down a road that it appears to be okay, but there's something very wrong with it. Many, even though coming to this conclusion, do not know how to identify what is wrong with it. What's wrong with being a hot girl? See, it's hard to identify that at 17. It's hard to identify what's wrong with it at 21. It's hard to identify what's wrong with it at 19, at 23, at 24. It's difficult to discern what's wrong with the hot girl summer, especially if you quote unquote winning in hot girl summer. Okay? If you're winning in hot girl summer, very difficult. Especially if you're talking about a Black woman that does not have guidance in her life or shuns it, or shuns the guidance in her life. Black women are addicted to chaos and dysfunction and being in survival mode. She doesn't know how to love a man. She only knows how to consume a man. This is important. Because I've talked about, or I've mentioned recently, about how Black women won't be able to survive the upcoming changes in environment because they are 100% consumers and not producers. Yes, 100% consumer, not a producer. When you consume, what are you really doing? When you're consuming something, you're taking. You're taking. And when you're producing something, you're giving. Right? Can we agree on that? When you are consuming something, you're taking, and when you're producing something, you're giving. To be a consumer 100% is the very essence of being in the lost value system. It's the very essence of it. It's what's so lost about it. That's really what's so lost about it. You might need a refresher. Let's go to a refresher. Let's take a look at the lost value system chart, shall we? We notice something I've pointed out a million times, that wealth is at the top of that inverted pyramid, okay? And spirituality is at the bottom of that inverted pyramid, okay? If wealth is the number one goal to have value, or to assign yourself value, or to acquire value in the lost value system, but yet you are a consumer in the lost value system, can you achieve wealth? Just put it in the chat what you think. I'm going to repeat that. If wealth is at the top of the lost value system inverted pyramid, and that's supposed to be the thing that assigns value to you, that is how you acquire value, that is how you acquire respect, that is how you acquire all the things that people in general value. Yet it is also predicated on 100% consumerism. Can you achieve wealth being a consumer and not a producer? No, you may not. Do not pass go. Do not, under any circumstance, collect $200. Okay? You can't do it. And that's the lostness of it all. That's the trick bag above all trick bags. Wealth is the dangling carrot that you will never reach Because in order for the lost value system to even be upheld, it must be upheld by consumers only, slaves, do boys, and do girls. There's a whole rabbit hole to go down for that I'm not gonna go down. It just struck me, and I can't, because that's a different show. Anyway, in the lost value system, aka lost cause, aka feminism, aka white supremacy, right? Women learn only how to consume from a man. This is I need y'all to tune in for this one. Thank you, Joe Southward. Thank you so much. In the lost value system, women learn only how to consume from a man, how to extract from him, how to get out of him at every point, at every his 4 P's. How to get provision out of a man, how to get his problem solving, how to get his protection, how to get his procreation, and how to do that in a manipulative, evil, demon-tined sort of way. Okay? This is what they learn, how to consume a man, consume all of his provision. And what's provision? Because it's more than money. See, we like to think about money all the time when we talk about provision. That is just one part of what provision actually is. So we're going to read it out today because it's very important. Provision, right? And I always read it, but if you can take a look at the little red little line, I don't know if you can see my pointer here, my cursor here. Right here, it says foresight, produced daily, right? Every day, provision is produced. Produced. It is something produced. Automatic value added. Something produced. He produces masculine light, giving him the ability to look ahead and or prepare in advance. He generates, produces stability in the form of ideas, supplies, food, finances, clothing, housing, etc. Something is being produced, not consumed. His problem solving, if you can see my cursor here, it's a process. 3 types of sperm, process. There's a process. We could go back to, I haven't touched that in a very long time, but I can't go down that right now. Problem solving, we'll read it. His ability to think in a linear and analytical fashion, to be able to dissect and resolve issues efficiently. His problem solving saves time, minimizes wastes of energy, money, etc. He necessitates order out of confusion and chaos and brings a sense of peace. Producing something. We going somewhere. But we going to leave it right at them first 2 first. The provision and the problem solving. Men are producing things out of his nature. Out of his nature. He's producing something. He's bringing added value to something. To women, specifically. So when a woman only understands how to consume from a man, she conversely doesn't understand how to build or to produce with a man. This is why it's so difficult getting Black women to help you build. This is why it's difficult. Okay? Thank you, Miss Lou Casey. I think I missed the super chat. Thank you, Angelo, that keep representing my sister. Thank you so much, Angelo. She only knows how to consume, not build. Now I'm going to bring your attention somewhere else. You know what? We're at the halfway mark and it's right on time. Let me go to commercial so we can come back and cook. Y'all minds are going to be blown by what I'm about to say. But after these messages, we'll be right back.
Thank you for joining the A-Game Zoom meeting. Juan, start us off with your financial projections. Wait, does he even know he's live?
Why are his pants so tight?
Oh, you just got the... Is he pop locking?
He does have moves. Go on.
Or the breakdance?
Why? I hope he doesn't split his tight pants.
Oh, go one. Go. It's your birthday. Go one. It's your birthday.
You better clap yourself like you work. In there dancing around like you crazy.
Okay, that was pretty good. Now that Juan has given us his unauthorized dance routine, does anyone else have a dance routine they want to do? Okay, well, let's get back to showing the world why A-Game is the #1 herbal solution in the world. However, I kind of want to know why his pants were so tight too. But let's get back to being on our A-Game.
You know, we had to do the dance off today, right? Iron Man versus Juan. I still think Iron Man got it though. Oh man. So you know we gotta always put one in there when we got a heavy topic going on because it just brings a smile to my face. And it brings a smile to all of the men that take A-Game spaces as well. All right, so A-Game is the #1 herbal solution for men. It'll give you energy like Juan, where you have to be told to clap yourself back to work, right? But A-Game also provides support for a man's vitality, his energy, his strength, and his libido. So we always want to look out for our brothers and their health because we know that they have so many things to do all day, every week, all of the sacrifices, all of the producing that they do, all of the providing that they do, all of the problem solving that they do, all of the protection that they provide, and all of the procreation and love that they give. They're going to need something that's going to help them with their vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And that is going to be A-Game, which is 100% natural, 21 herbs, no artificial or inactive ingredients. And for those who are concerned with it, it also does not have any animal byproducts at all. So if you want to become part of the A-Game family, all you got to do is click the link at the top of the chat at agameherbal.com. And please don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10 so you can have A-Game delivered to you ASAP. And I owe y'all something. What I owe you? Bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta I try to remember that. I really do try. We got 290 wonderful people who have already hit the like button. So let's get the other 300 or so people to hit the like button, as well as this supports the channel and it allows YouTube to recommend us to anyone who would like to watch this awesome content. So thank you so much for your likes and for your support, because it's really appreciated. All right, so we're going to get back to it, okay? Can you guys hear me? Am I okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you hear me just fine. Okay. Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure that you guys can hear me just fine. Okay. So, we were talking about consuming and producing, and Black women being the number one consumers. Okay. See, when you're let's take it out of the relationship realm. Okay. Let's take it for a moment out of the realm of relationships, because what we got to understand is this consumer mentality infiltrates every single aspect of our lives. That consumer mindset has infiltrated each value in the lost value system. So every value that we're talking about within the lost value system has this consumerism mindset at its core. Okay? When you are a consumer, a 100% consumer, without being a producer, thank you so much, George Wood said you should seek professional assistance. They will guide you towards the right direction. You should get therapeutic help for your son. Be blessed and safe. Thank you so much for that contribution, George. See, when you're a consumer without being a producer at all, you only know how to take. There's never any reciprocity. You never learn how to give. You only know how to get stuff, right? Black women are the biggest consumers in this society in general. They don't produce anything, but they consume everything. They take from everyone else. Just like I pointed out the other day, what does anybody go to Black women for? What good or what services are Black women known to provide that people all locally, nationally, whatever, come to Black women because they know they're going to get that from them, aside from a lot of trouble and stress? What goods or what services? There aren't any. There aren't any. I can't think of one thing that Black women produce in this society that other people can gain benefit from on a regular basis. At all. Being a person that only takes but does not give results in a person that lacks love. Bear with me. Because a lack of reciprocity, or even being devoid of the concept of reciprocity, creates a selfish, self-absorbed, entitled individual that never ever offsets the taking or the consuming with any giving or producing. Okay? This kind of person is devoid of love, because to love, part of love is to also demonstrate a desire to provide value to others. That is actually how wealth is attained. When you provide value to others, people get benefit from you, when other people can derive benefit from you, you begin to receive what we call blessings. Okay? We paint the picture. We Picasso today. When you take a look at the 10 life values, I always point out the fact that wealth and spiritual are connected. When you take a look at the circle, number 1 and number 10 directly touch each other. This is important because the spirit of reciprocity is in your spiritual value. When you think, man, I'm getting things, I'm benefiting from the people around me, I'm benefiting from the men around me, I'm benefiting from this one, from that one, from this organization, this group of people, that individual. I'm always in a state of getting something or consuming something from them or getting value from them. Let me think. Can I also provide value to them? Or can I at minimum pay it forward where I'm providing value to others in the similar way that other people are providing value to me? This would be called currency. Because when I'm providing value, the wealth takes care of itself, because you get to wealth through the 10 life value system because you're providing value not only to yourself, but other people around you when these values are upheld in a righteous way. So when you have good spiritual value, good health value, good family value, good appearance value, good dwelling value, good mobility value, good education value, good profession value, good leisure value, it's gonna end up in wealth because you are giving. Other people are benefiting from you rather than being torn down and you being a detriment to them, which is what that young lady was talking about when she was like, it's not just me personally, because of how I do, because of my survival mode, because I'm in the lost value system, because I just consume from others and I don't provide no value to others. I'm actually a detriment to them. I'm actually a liability to them. I mess their life up. It ends in poverty of all kinds. This is the difference. When you are consumer only, but you do not produce. And it demonstrates that lack of love because it demonstrates a lacking in your spiritual value. Because the concept of consuming exclusively, right, without ever producing means that you also never learn how to produce anything. You never learned that. And that's what she's actually talking about when she says she doesn't love a man. She only know how to consume him. She don't know how to produce with him. She doesn't produce value to him at all. When you are 100% a producer, let me, because I'm missing super chats and I just want to take a moment to acknowledge them. Thank you, free Wi-Fi. So I swear the only people I see still riding the bus in my city is Black women. Kind of crazy. They be smiling at me at the stoplight. And thank you, Theo. Thank you so much for your contribution as well. Thank you for that contribution. Really, really appreciate it. Let me get back to it. She only is understanding the consumption of his 4Ps, what he does. This is why Black men came to the conclusion that women see them as human doings and not human beings. This is where that comes from. When Black men are saying, you know what? Y'all don't see us as human beings. We're not people. We're only things to be consumed. We are only, you only take from us, or you only see us as utilities, or you only see us for what we can provide. You only see us or are with us or pay attention to us because of what we produce. Because you're a what? A consumer. But it's worse than being a consumer. Because when you're a consumer and you don't produce nothing, you become a parasite. Okay? Because people who produce also consume. Everybody consumes. Everybody's a consumer on some level. Producers consume, but they produce. And the best producers produce more than they consume. They give more value than they get. But when you consume only, no production, no provision of value, no benefit other people can get from you, you become what is known as a parasite. Because a parasite only gets and attaches itself to a host to its benefit and to the host's detriment. Always. It's like what I talked about earlier. It's interesting that I mentioned corn. Think of it like this. It's like food without any nutritional value. It tastes good on the tongue, but provides nothing but bad effects on your health. The entire society we live in is in the lost value system and is predicated on this concept, on things that can be consumed but add no true value. It's the very nature of the lost value system. That's why internal values are so low, because the internal values inherently call for reciprocity. I'm going to repeat that. Take a look. The internal values in the lost value system are low on the totem pole because they automatically, inherently call for reciprocity to be given. That's what it called for. I'll give you some examples. Spirituality calls for reciprocity. In a good spiritual value, you pray to the Most High. You pray to God, right? But before you start asking, you praise God. You give God something. I'm going to go a little deeper. You ask for things from God, but the return value to God is that you keep his commandments. That's the return value. That's the return value. In the lost value system, that's all turned around, because that's why we don't pay attention to the spiritual value, because there's nothing tangible that you get from the spiritual value, from praying, from praising, or from keeping commandments, doing what God say. You don't get nothing from it. That's the trick. Because you're giving, but what are you getting? And if you can't tangibly figure out what you're consuming, you don't want to do it. Health. You eat right and you exercise in the 10 life value system, right? You utilize all the systems of your body. The reciprocity for it is that you nourish your body properly. You don't abuse it. Look at the state of health for Black women. They consume their own bodies, their own health, utilizing their bodies, utilizing all the systems of their bodies, utilizing their bodies for money in order to manipulate men out of their 4 Ps with it. But there is no love for their own body. They'll kill themselves consuming themselves. Do we understand? Put a 2 in the chat if you're following me. Because they'll go get a BBL and risk death. Because they're utilizing their body, but they don't love it. They're consuming, but they're not producing. They consume every benefit that their body has to offer, but they do not reciprocate it in the form of taking care of their bodies, taking care of their health, taking care of they obese, they getting these surgeries, they eating crazy. They abuse their bodies, tatting it all up, piercing it all up, offering it to everybody, having sex with everybody. They're consuming, but they don't produce nothing. No love in it. Because when you love yourself, you don't abuse yourself at all. You love yourself. So a woman that loves herself would never go up under no type of bogus knife or any of that, trying to utilize her body to get all of these perks or get something from men or to manipulate men or to usurp or consume them. She would never do that. She would eat right. She would exercise. She will take care of her skin. She will take care of her weight. She will take care of her hair and her nails and all of these sorts of things. She's not going to have hygiene issues. She's not going to be promiscuous. She's not going to give herself to every man. She's not going to go and mark her body. She's not going to do it. Thank you, Frederick, says Shaitan's Angels. Thank you so much. She's not going to do it because she loves herself. The family value is for your own betterment, right? A wife is utilized by her husband to help fulfill his vision, to help his legacy, to help him in life, to be his helpmeet. The return here is supposed to be her submission, her obedience, her coming under his order in payment for his covering. In payment for his covering. But she only consumes that. No repayment. This is why you get women that be in marriages for 10, 12, 15 years, whatever. And then the last couple of years, we talking about, I'm not happy. I want a divorce. Why? Why do they do that? Because they abandon their family and they abandon their duties to their husbands when they can't particularly identify what they're consuming, what they get every day in their hands. They don't count the fact that this man is covering them every day. Thank you, 39 Dina. They don't count that. That don't count. Thank you, free Wi-Fi. That's why I don't get MGTOW out. Family is the goal. Thank you so much. They don't count that kind of thing. They don't count the sacrifices that he's making. They don't count the comfort of their life. They don't count that as a value that they receive. This is why you got chicks running around here want to be paid for what they do in the house. She want actual money in her hand all the time for each thing. She wants some type of tangible consumption. She wants something she can consume tangibly, because she only interested in taking, not interested in giving, not interested in the production of anything. That's why those internal values are actually so low on the lost value system totem pole. Because you got to be able to consume something. You got to get something out of it. None of those values mean anything without money attached. Appearance values the same thing. These chicks only dress up when they can dress in name brand things or fake name brand things. If they not dolled up to the nines with they little Louis and Gucci's and Coaches and all that type of stuff, you see them in dirty t-shirts and bonnets. The lady in the camera, the lady in the video that we just talked about, for all of what she's saying, she showed up in the camera with a hair wow and a t-shirt on. Because she said she had another channel where she was getting dolled up and all of that kind of stuff and wasn't getting no attention. It just wasn't doing it for her. She needed to come clean. Okay, but if you not wearing a lace front and you not wearing a bunch of makeup on your face, why is the opposite thing the thing you got to do? Come to the camera unkempt. Thank you, AP Beats. The hyenas mistake being covered for being controlled. Yeah, they do. And thank you for the contribution. So the appearance value didn't matter because she knew that when she came here to do that content, not trying to be pretty, it wasn't nothing to consume. So I don't need to look cute. I don't even need to look clean. I don't even need to look clean because it ain't nothing for me to get right now. Ain't nobody to manipulate right now. I'm not in manipulation form. I'm not in manipulation mode right now. So I don't need to put on my Magic City uniform in order to manipulate people. But I'm also going to come to the camera not looking like much. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid attention. I'm not getting paid money. I'm not getting paid. So I don't need to do it. The appearance value doesn't mean anything. That's the difference on the Kendra G show. Kendra's getting paid to be on that show. Kendra's making money from her show. And you notice she don't never come to that show looking halfway. She always come with her hair done and her makeup done and her clothes on and all of that. Thank you, D. But her guests are not being paid to come there. So they don't come there done up. They come there with their hair wild. They come there with dirty t-shirts on. They come there with spackle all in their eyes. Breath probably hot in the phone. Hey, Miss Donnie. Breath hot in the phone. Okay. Because they're not being paid. not being paid. I bet you if Kendra said you get $100 for appearing on my show, and you get more money the better you look, they'll come dressed to the nines. You wouldn't catch not damn bonnet. You understand me? Not one bonnet. It would not be one woman that come up there undone. Nobody pays them to clean their house. So the house be nasty. You understand? Nobody pays them to do that. The dwelling, it's horrible. Nobody pays. Nobody sees that could potentially pay. So they don't care how it looks. They don't care what kind of chaos it is. Junk around the house give me anxiety. I don't know about nobody else. That give me anxiety. I have to put stuff up. Just put that up. Stuff has to go where it goes. I'm not going to walk around there and kick clothes and all that kind of stuff. No. I really wanted to bring that to people's attention because this young lady, the obvious things, right? She's a single mom. Thank you, Ali. Ali Voso says, my ex-wife didn't appreciate me paying her mortgage. I wasn't doing enough. I had to do 100 things before she did one. Exactly. Consuming Thank you so much for that contribution, Ali. Thank you. I hope that y'all kind of got where I was coming from with it. Consuming but not producing is a form of it's a lack of love. And when you don't love, you can't produce. She don't know how to love a man, but she also don't know how to love herself. That's why she don't know how to love a man. That's why. That's why a lot of these chicks don't know how to love men because they don't love them. They'll say they do. See, in the lost value system, you think you be doing all right. That's the key. That's the part that kind of keep you in it. You be thinking you be doing okay. And you're not okay. There's nothing okay. There's nothing good. There's nothing right about what's going on. That's why you have that undergirding of feeling that something's wrong in your life. That's why I said that earlier. People just don't have the vocabulary for what's going on with them, which is why the 10 life values is so incredibly important because it gives us the vocabulary and it gives us the structure, the way to think about what's going on with our lives. Because when you think about it in those 10 areas, then you can start pinpointing where you're going wrong. And that's the beauty of the 10 life value system. It helps you pinpoint what's happening to you. Because as long as it's vague, you're never going to get out of it. You're just going to keep plugging away in survival mode because the lost value system keep you in survival mode. And you will do anything when you're surviving. You will eat anything. You will do anything. You will step over anybody. You will cut throat. That's why they say it's a dog eat dog world. A dog eat dog. And we know dogs don't cannibalize. But if they had to survive, they would. See, when you survive, you cannibalize. And we don't think that the system of white supremacy know that? That when you just in survival mode and you don't know what it is to thrive, you don't know how to strive to get to excellence, you have no idea, you have no guidance, and everywhere you turn, it's a dead end and a dead road, then you just start saying, well, forget it then. I'm just going to be the grimiest one out here. I'm going to be the grimy. If I got to be a thought, I'm going to be the nastiest thought I can be. I'm going to make the most money being a thought then, if that's what I got to do. If I'm stuck where the only thing I can get is government assistance when I have kids, well, I'm going to have the most kids, and I'm not going to care where these kids come from. I'm not going to care about their fathers. I'm not going to care about their family, the family structure and the nuclear. I'm not going to care about none of that because I'm surviving. That's what she said. The relationships were about survival for me. I could use my body to get stuff. And that's what I did. And it was easier to do that than to go, a better route with higher values, which would have called for me to do things in a better way. Might have been a more difficult way, but it would have been a better way. I would have been elevated instead of debased. Because when you're in survival mode, you debase yourself in order to do that. Because you don't know where your next meal coming from. You don't know where your next anything is coming from. So you getting while the getting is good. And anybody that get in your way, oh well. Oh well. Sorry, not sorry. You might have a conscience about it later, but right now, you're going to get your throat cut. We scoff at the idea that we can do good by one another, that we can receive benefit and give benefit and still come out with abundance. Because the lost value system tells us we can't do that. That's not possible. It separates the spirituality from the abundance and the wealth. You can only get ahead if you're willing to step on somebody. You can only get ahead if you're willing to step on some toes or step on somebody or do somebody dirty. That's the only way you can get ahead. All of that Mr. Nice Guy stuff, that's how you stay behind. That's why they made that saying, nice guys finish last. That wasn't just about relationships and women. That was about if you're a good person, you're not gonna make it in this world. You can't make it. It don't pay to be a good person. It don't pay to have good spiritual value. It don't pay to be beneficial to other people or not screw other people over or have a code of ethics or have a moral compass. Being a consumer is about being a slave. Because when you are a consumer only, that means you're dependent. And you dependent on somebody. You dependent on some system. You dependent on some person. You're dependent on something to get you what you need because you're a consumer. That would be the point of no return right there at dependence. Government achieves complete control. See, I can control you when you don't produce nothing and I do. When everything you need, I produce it and you don't know how to produce nothing. That means you got to do what I say, don't you? You want this piece of fish? Because I know you don't know how to fish. You scared of water. I done programmed you to be scared of water. Anyway. I want to draw everybody's attention to the petition that we have against Black Lives Matter Global Networking Foundation. We're still holding them accountable for their egregious theft of more than $100 million and the misappropriation of those funds from the Black community through donated funds. So if you want to be a part of holding Black Lives Matter accountable, please go ahead and click the link for the petition, sign it and share it, and also contribute to it. My mods have gone ahead and put the link in the chat room for you. It's also a link in the description box as well. I want to thank everyone for their contributions today through Super Chat, through PayPal, and through Cash App. And I also want to give a warm thank you to my support team, without which we cannot do any of this content. So I thank them warmly. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonite.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.